Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony and welcome to another edition of B&A Sports Talk. So this is like my monthly Yankees report. I think I did one last month, but if I didn't, sorry. A lot of people don't watch the Yankees or really care about them. In fact, a lot of people hate them. And I just like to create this little forum where Yankees fans can discuss how much they love the Yankees, or Yankees fans discuss how worried they are about the Yankees, or fans just complaining about the Yankees and how they're so good and they'll never lose ever again because they are the greatest team ever. But so let's talk about that. And so the Yankees are currently sitting at 101 wins in the American League East. They've clinched the division. And right now, all we're aiming for is to stay healthy. I think that's the main thing you have to focus on. You can't focus on home field. In fact, I think if you get home field, it's worse for you. Even though you've had Tampa Bay's number, even though it feels like you had Cleveland's number, even if it feels like Athletics, we've had their number. I think we won the season series. You cannot be too sure about anything. I think I'd rather play the Twins. And plus, I think we can, I think if we end up beating the Twins, I think Houston's not a lock for us to play them. I mean, Tampa Bay's played really well against Houston this year. The Athletics, the Indians, I mean, those are really good teams that can give Houston some troubles. And they may, lower their confidence. They may knock a couple of their starting pitchers out. They may do some things to Houston that will challenge them a little bit. I don't think the Twins are really going to put up that much of a threat against the Houston Astros. And so in the best case scenario, we go 104 wins or whatever. We beat the 2009 record. We also surpassed the Dodgers. I forget what the Dodgers schedule is, but they're probably playing the NL West, and they're probably playing the Diamondbacks. Well, the Diamondbacks played pretty well this year. Ketel Marte, but he shut down for the season. But the Diamondbacks aren't. I don't think they're gonna look to beat the Dodgers. To pound them out. So the Dodgers, in the best world, they get 102, 103 wins, and we surpass them. And so obviously the biggest news recently is Domingo Herman. I mean, there's so many just players that are out. Gary Sanchez, Edwin Encarnacion that are expected to come back, but I want to focus on Domingo Herman. I'm not too sure how he'd have done the playoffs because he never pitched in the playoffs. It was going to end up like Luis Severino in that game against Minnesota, the wild card game. I don't know. But right now, I think you have to start off with Paxton, because if you start at Tanaka number 1, and then we lose that game, then Paxton all of a sudden has all the problems. I do think Sevy is a third starter, because it kind of feels like, I don't know, it feels like he can be that guy who goes on the road. I think road Sevy is way better than home Sevy. I don't know the exact stats. This is not a stat show. This is just talking. If you want to see stats, go to a different place. Sorry. And, well, that was kind of harsh. But, I think you start Paxton game 1 because he's the hot pitcher. He's the hot hand. Even though you want to say Tanaka sets the tone, he's been good in the playoffs. I think they have to start Paxton game 1. Tanaka 2, Severino 3, Tradigian 4, and then if you go to game 5, if Tanaka has enough rest, I think you start him there. But I don't know how exactly it works out. You may have to just game 5 if it comes to it. I'm assuming that we're not going to have a game 5. But just throw everything in the kitchen sink. Have CC's a bat, just everything. Maybe start off with Paxton if he does well, short hook. And I think that we could beat whatever team, no matter what we face against. It all depends on the bats. The bats have to be great. Aaron Judge has picked it up a little bit. Brett Garner, that leadership. Didi Gregorius. Now all of a sudden we have a lot of playoff experience, which is good for this team. We've played in the playoffs. We know what it's like. We played in Yankee Stadium. That first year we were all underdogs. Last year, it's kind of a wash because we played the Red Sox and J-Happ had a horrible game in Fenway. Fenway is just, people like, Yankee Stadium is such an unfair advantage. No, it's the same dimensions for everybody. Fenway Park is the advantage of anything because of the weather, the cold climate with the big wall that they know how to play off of. Yankee Stadium, the wall's 8 feet all around. You have 14, whatever it is, in left and right, whatever it is. And it's the same stadium. The only thing is the fans that are, going crazy. All the single fans with they left their girlfriends at home. Maybe they are single, but all the guys, all the dudes are being dudes, drinking beers and having fun. That's what it is at Yankee Stadium. The Red Sox have much of more home field advantage than the Yankees. The Yankees, by the way, are 20-0-3. They finished off the season 20-0-3 at home, which is absolutely insane. There has to be some stat about that, like that's never happened before. I mean, we probably did that in 1998, but that's insane. A couple other key things to watch. Austin Romine, his bat's gone quiet a little bit recently, but I think Austin Romine is a great defensive catcher. Him and Tanaka have a really good repertoire. Gary Sanchez, obviously you want that bat in the playoffs, especially a guy who could just hit home runs. Edwin Encarnacion, I don't know what to think of him. I think we just got him so the Red Sox didn't get him, and that's what I hate. I hate how some certain teams just don't let other teams dictate what you do. I mean, J-Hap, we got him just for Boston, and then last year we played Boston. He ended up dropping an egg, so, that's great. Don't let a different team... I'll talk more about this later. This is a reoccurring theme. Don't let some other team make you inept. Just try to win. You're going to have to beat the best team anyway. You're not just going to have to beat that certain team, and don't let one team dictate how you play. I guess Michigan, Ohio State, you could say, if it's a rivalry like that, I get it. You want to beat Ohio State, so you make a team, and you may lose a couple other games because of it. But that's a risk you ultimately have to take in some situations. But anyway, back to the Yankees. Brett Garner has had an amazing season. He's at about average for a season as far as average goes. He's going to finish for 90 runs. I remember a couple seasons ago, people were he said, hey, I want to finish with over 100 runs. And he's almost done it. That seemed like a really lofty goal at the time. And this year, nobody's really expecting him to do anything. And I think we should bring back... It depends what happens in the postseason. If he does really well in the postseason, bring him back. Just do 1-year contract. Maybe sign him to a 2-year, $10 million deal. And just say, whatever happens, we're fine with. But, Aaron Hicks keeps getting injured. It's come on, why can't you just stay healthy? Brett Garner has been healthy throughout his entire career. I don't know how hard it is to stay healthy. I really don't understand why players keep on going down. Stretch. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's just so frustrating. Wow, Gary Sanchez keeps getting injured. Dude, what are the odds that everybody on this team is just an injury machine? There has to be something going on. The Yankees staff, they need to figure out something. I've said this for months. There's something going on. I'm not sure if there's a conspiracy, but there's something going on with the players. With just stay healthy. And then you have Domingo Herman, who is getting in his own way. It's come on, dude, don't beat your wife. It's that simple. Or your girlfriend, whoever it is, don't beat him up. It's always something with the Yankees, and I'm not sure whether to be optimistic or not. I'm just gonna watch the games, and I hope you guys do enjoy those games too. It's gonna be crazy. Clinton, who's gonna make this team? Mike Ford. I think he deserves a spot. If you prove that you could stay healthy, you deserve a spot. I'd be cautious about, your Clint Frazier's of the world and your Luke Voigts, but you have to bring those guys on. But, if a guy's consistently not stayed healthy, just leave him out. At some point, I'm just Edwin Encarnacion, see ya. You can't stay healthy as much as you want. This is the war of attrition. This is the playoffs now. You're either in or you're out. We're not going to take a risk on you. You're either on the ship or you're off the ship. You're going to have to play hurt. And if you don't want to, if you say, get off the boat. We don't want you. We're trying to do things that are greater than everything. And, it's going to be great. It's going to be fun. I still think the Yankees have a great chance to win it all. It's just that we have experience, but we have depth. But I'm not sure if, a third baseman goes out, DJ LeMahieu or something. He doesn't have experience by himself. But then Gio Urshela, is that going to work in the postseason? Obviously, that's a major question. This is not brilliant analytics. This is not a revolutionary statement I'm making. These guys are just scrappy guys who haven't really done anything as far as any note. Giancarlo is going to be a huge piece. He just needs to be consistent. He just doesn't need to be A-Rod. He needs to be A-Rod in 2009, not A-Rod in however playoffs, whatever playoffs he was before that, and even after that. He needs to be 2009 A-Rod. Get some jacks, get this team fired up, and that's all Giancarlo needs to do. Just play DH. Just play DH. We don't need you in the field. Clint Frazier, the pressure is going to get to him. That's going to be another rough thing. He's my favorite player. And it's a long story, but he's my favorite player, just know that. But he just frustrates me in the field. I feel like I can do it better. But as far as who else? As far as Tyler Wade, that's his name. I say just bring him. He's celebrate. Monty, I don't think he's good enough just yet. But this bullpen, people say, it's our strength of our team. I think he could potentially be a liability. I'd watch out for this bullpen. But yeah, I've talked too much about the Yankees. I usually try to keep these under 10 minutes. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I try to keep them under 10 minutes, not 10 minutes like the YouTube algorithm. But hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know about any key storylines that you think could happen in the Yankees postseason. I think they're still the favorites. My preseason prediction was the Yankees, Cardinals. I'm sticking to it. John Flaherty, go John Flaherty, Jay Flaherty, whatever his name is. And yeah, go Yankees. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.